Hello and good morning to all of you for attending such an important session, that is NFPA 70 National Electric Code 2026 edition. In this session, we are going to discuss about chapter 2, that is wiring and protection, and its article 242, that is all about our voltage protection and our voltage protection devices. So this article 242 is subdivided into three parts. That is number one, that is part one. It covers the general requirement, that is the selection of surge protection device or surge arrestor, its connection, grounding requirement, and its performance. The part two is that it covers surge protection devices that are permanently installed on a premises wiring system less than 1000 volt AC nominal or 1500 volt DC. And the third part is that surge arresters that is permanently installed in the electrical premises wiring for voltage greater than 1000 volt AC nominal. So when it comes to our voltages, there are certain types of our voltages in the electrical power system. The number one is lightning surges that comes from the direct or indirect strike of the light, or when we can say the skylight. The second category is switching surges. Such type of surges arises in the system when we will switch large or medium motors, or we can say capacitor banks. So switching surges arises in the system. The third types of our voltages are our voltage transients that produces in the system, and the fourth one is due to the grid disturbances. There is transmission line disturbances or any substation disturbances that occurs and that creates in the electrical power system. So we will start from part one. So part one is basically article 242.2, that is close to 242.2, that tell us that the mandatory listing of the SPD device, such that the SPD device shall be mandatory listed. And for 2.3, it allows us that the reconditioner equipment shall never be used, and always a new factory SPD or surge arrestor must be used. So it's all about part one, and that is general requirement. Now it comes to part two, that is it covers surge protection devices that is permanently installed we can say in a premises wiring system that is less than 1000 volt AC or 1500 volt DC. So for part 2 close to 2.8, it tells us that the SPD devices shall be marked with short circuit current rating, so that the SPD device will never or shall never be installed in a system where its rating is less than the available fault currents of the system where it is to be, or the SPD to be installed. For close to 2.9, it tells us about the indication status, so that SPD device's status must be clear and visible, so that it is we can see that it is functioning properly. If might say if it is a green light, then we can say the SPD device is working properly and it is okay. But if it is a red or orange indication, then we can say that there is a problem in the SPD device, so status must be clear. So when it comes to 242.13, before that it tells us that this article 242 that there are four types of surge protection devices. Number one, type 1. Type 1 surge protection devices shall always be installed in the line side of the utility service or the utility service system. It defaults, or it installed on the we can say line disconnecting means or line disconnecting devices. When we install such SPDs in service, it shall be installed on the following. Number one, grounding service conductor. Number 2, we can say grounding electrode conductor. Number 3, grounding electrode conductor for the services. And number 4, grounding equipment terminal in the service equipment. So when it comes to type 2 SPD, that is 242.14. So type 2 SPD shall always be installed on the load side, or the we can say the load side of the first our current protection devices or the circuit breaker. So the main application is there. It's installed in the first OPD, our current protection devices of the panel boards, switch boards, feeder panels. When it comes to type 3 SPD, type 3 SPD shall always be installed in the branch circuit near the equipment. So type 3 SPD shall be always be installed near the sensitive equipments like PLCs, VFDs, and UPS or like sensitive devices. So this clause tells us that the distance should always be greater than the 10 meter from the service equipment. When it comes to type 4 SPD, type 4 component assemblies shall be installed by equipment manufacturer. We can say the example of type 4 SPDs are that such protection device factory mounted inside a UPS or switch gear. So it's all about the 4 types of SPDs that is installed in electrical power system. So now when it comes to clause 242.20, that tells us about the number requirement. What it tells that SPD's devices shall always cover all ungrounded conductors. It's all about 2.242.22, that is location of SPD device installation. The SPD device shall be permitted to be installed both outdoor or indoor and is inaccessible to the unqualified person unless or otherwise listed for accessible installation. If we want to provide an example such that a such protection device is installed in a low, we can say electrical room. So about 242.24, that is the routing of the conductor of the SPD device. The line conductor of the SPD device or the conductor from the ground shall always be straight and there is not any unnecessary bendings or loop, so that the resistance of the wire increases, and if the resistance of the wire increases, it will directly impact the surge energy and it cannot properly divert the surge energy to the ground, so it can harm or damage the equipment. So when it comes to 242.28, that is all about conductor. So the conductor requirement of the SPD device is that it shall never be smaller than 14 American wire gauge for copper and or less than 12 American wire gauge for aluminum conductor case. So when it comes to 242.30, that is connection between the conductor. The SPD device shall always be connected and shall be permitted to be connected from phase to phase, phase to neutral, that is phase to ground, and neutral to ground. And clause 242.32 tells us about the grounding requirement of the SPD device, such that the bonding and the grounding of the SPD devices shall comply with the article 250 part 3. If we are going to give an example such that a utility service can be, or we can say utility service shall be bounded with the facility, we can say facility grounding electrode conductor to provide the surging protection for the entire facility. So if we want to summarize or recap the art part 2, so we have learned that the SPD devices shall have adequate short circuit current rating. Number 2, the SPD devices shall have a required or minimum voltage level at the point of application its rating shall always be greater than the system voltage, or we can say continuous maximum phase to ground voltage at the power frequency on the point of application. The third point we have learned that the conductor installed from line to ground of the SPD shall be straight and there is no any bend or unnecessary loop. And the fourth we have learned that the grounding and bonding requirement of the part 2 shall comply with article 250 and it is very appropriate. And finally we have learned that the four types of the SPD, that is type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4 and its application. So if we summarize it, the layer approach provide a comprehensive surge protection from all the way from utility service to the sensitive electronic equipment. That's it from the part 2 of the article 242.